Hi everyone, this is Jay Johnson from dailytexture.com. Today I'm releasing a new package, a small package called Be My Valentine, and it has several textures with tones that will go good with the Valentine designs and flowers. Of course, as you know me, I'm going to do one with a bird. I've already done one with a flower for an example, but I wanted to pair one with one of my little songbirds. So I'm going to take you through a quick design. One thing different about this collection is I have created words that have to do with love and Valentine's Day, and these words are provided in the package as PNG files, so they have a transparent background, so they can be placed on top of your finished image to send a message, like if you wanted to create greeting cards or a special mug or something like that for somebody. You could add the words to it, and I'm going to take you through this to show you how I do that and how I change the color of the words in my software, because I've provided them in a pinkish red color, but in any software you can change the color of your words. I'm not familiar with a lot of other software, so I may not be able to answer questions about how you can do that in your specific software, but the main thing you want to do is figure out how in your software you can change the color of the words. Anyway, let's go through this little image with this bird. This is the texture I'm using. I think it's number 8. Gosh, I can't remember. Anyway, I like the pinks and the reds and a little hint of green in this one. And I found this sweet little brown birdie sitting on a little bicycle. I'm going to enlarge him to put him where I want. I've already messed with this a little bit. I'll lower his opacity because I kind of want him off to the side just a little bit. But I want to be able to blend in that little bicycle and the edges real nice. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I've done nothing with this. I haven't denoised him, so I'm going to do that real quick. I like to denoise. I'm working in Topaz software, which is my absolute favorite software of all time. So we're just denoising him, getting rid of some of that graininess. Since I enlarged him, it's a good thing to do a denoise and I run a clarity filter, which kind of sharpens things up. So we're going to run clarity now, Topaz clarity. I like fur and feathers for the birds, which makes sense. You got fur and feathers 1 and 2. The difference is 2 has a little bit more color in it. So let's go with 2. I can always desaturate him later if I feel like he's gotten too colorful. Now I'm going to get rid of this background using the masking tab. I put flow all the way over to the right, increase my brush size, and just basically I'm erasing. I don't know why they call it masking instead of erasing, but it's like erasing. I'm just getting rid of all his background. And I'm going to make the brush size a little smaller as I get in closer to him. And I'll just keep going all the way around and do this. This just gets rid of the big areas with the big brush. I really don't need that bicycle present in there that he's sitting on, that little toy bicycle. It's not actually not a toy, it's a decoration. But I've got to give him a place to sit, so I'm going to leave some of it showing. And go around his beak, his body down here. Get rid of this bottom part, around his feathers and feet. Now I'm going to make the brush size really small, getting as close as I can without taking him away. I may bring some of that background back and let it actually show through if this looks too pinkish, which it kind of does. But we'll see. The key is to get a gentle transition. Alright, now I'm moving the brush value the other way. And I'm going to lower the flow, which is like opacity, which this is going to bring back some of that little grayish background, because it is a little bit too pink. And now I'm going to move it back the other way. And I'm going to brush it right over him and right over this little bicycle thing. We're going to get rid of this. We want to make it appear that there's something there, but it doesn't need to be that sharp. We're going to get around these feet here. I have an area right in between his foot right here where he's holding on. There. Now, I'm just going to brush right over his foot and his tail and kind of fade him in so you can see he's there. You can't really tell what he's sitting on. You know he's sitting on something. Now I'm going to really lower that brush size down. And I'm going to try to gently bring back some of the detail of this foot right here and the little part that he's sitting on. And his little toenails. And a little bit of his tail right there. Bring back some of that. And this part right here, where his tail makes a little circle. And then this foot over here, get that toenail a little sharper looking. And this leg. And this tail feather. And then I'm going to raise it up just a little and bring back just a little bit of this little piece right here that he's sitting on the bicycle. There. And now we're going to work on his beak and bring back some of that, because I got a little too much of the beak removed, so I'm really lowering that flow down. Beaks and eyes are what you want sharp on these little birds. That's the part you want to focus on. So I'm really trying to get the texture off the beak and right in here, gonna really get that texture off there and make sure that eye is sharp. I'm thinking I might brush a little bit more over here of him away, like this, just to make him look a little more like he's fading in from the background. Now that's pretty cute. I hope this will work. Since I raised his size up, sometimes if you raise it up too much, it screams, it doesn't like you. Oh wait, before I duplicate that layer, I see some, you can see by the little mask here, I have some areas that are not cleaned up. So we're going to go back to the mask and raise that flow back up. I got an area right here around his head. There's my bird clock. I guess y'all are used to hearing that by now. It seems like every time I do a video, the bird clock is going off. I'm trying to find where these areas are to make them totally black. There we go. That's pretty good. And I might bring back just a little bit of the bicycle piece right there. So look, there. That's better. And then just go back right here around this edge. There. Now I'm going to duplicate the texture, put it on top, and try different layer modes. Multiply, overlay, soft light looks pretty good. Hard light's too strong, I know already. I like soft light, but it's a little bit too saturated. But I like the way it did the lighting, so I'm going to desaturate that layer completely. Now that's the original texture underneath him. This is a soft light layer on top that's been desaturated. And I may even lower that down to about I don't want this spot being real dark. So I can either mask it away, because I like the way it's done around here, or I could bring it down to about, I just go back and forth till I find something I like. Let's do about 30%. That doesn't make it too dark. Still a little darker than I like, so I am going to mask this area of the soft light layer away. And I'm just going to do that with a really big brush and just get right in there and leave all the rest of that layer as is. But that leaves that pinkish color like it is in the original. But this layer helps brighten up things a little bit. In fact, now that I've changed that pinkish area, I may raise it up to 50%, and I'll turn it on and off like I'm doing to see the shift. And it just gives it a little more hint of this textury look right here with this layer. If you go like this, it makes it green real dark. So I don't want to do that. I think I'll do 50%. And now I'm going to merge all these layers and see if it'll look right. Like I said, sometimes when I enlarge the photo too much, it'll put some weird lines in there. Actually, it did pretty good. And I can tell if it's put any weird lines where they don't go by turning the merge layer on and off and seeing if anything shifts, and I'm not seeing anything shift. So I like the way this looks. Now we're going to give him some words. So let's click OK to go out of Topaz, which will take me back to my host program. I go into Topaz products through Paint Shop Pro as my host program. I know a lot of you use Photoshop and go in to Topaz that way. Okay, it was texture 8, by the way. So here is the bird merged with the texture as it came out of Topaz. Now I want to put some words in here. So I'm going to open up the Valentine texture folder for the words, which is right here. And I'm going to see what this might want to say. We have all kinds of good things. And some of these are just plain words, and then you can add more words with a different font if you like. Let's see. How about, we have this area right here where I want to put them. I'm thinking you are beautiful. That's not really Valentine-y, but it's a nice message for this one, because this is one of these little pine siskin finches, and they call them little brown birds, and they're not like very attractive to a lot of people to see all these little brown finches around, brown and gray. They're just not bright and colorful like your cardinals and your bluebirds, and I think they get a bad rap sometimes, and they really are beautiful birds if you watch them up close like I do. They have beautiful personalities, and it's not all about the feather color or fur color for these birds and animals. A lot of times it's about the personality that they have, and these little birds have just a beautiful personality. So in this case, I'm going to choose these words. Now this is a PNG file. You'll see it has a transparent background. So I'm just going to edit, copy, and then close this out. And then I'm going to hit edit and paste as new layer. So it'll put the words right there. Now using my, they call it a pick tool, I'm going to put the words on here where I want them and about the size I want them. Now I'm planning on placing this design on pillows and some other things. Well, first of all, before I do anything, I'm going to save this bird without the words. I need to find somewhere to put him here. Hang on just a second. If I don't save him now, I'll forget. And I'm just going to call it You Are Beautiful. And if I could do my letters like I do in the other folders, that would be nice. Okay, that's my original bird photo, which is saving, so I won't accidentally save over the original texture, which is what I started with. I opened the texture, then I went and found the photo I wanted to put on top of it. Okay, so my bird is saved. Now let's turn my word layer back on. And as you can tell, the font is not the right color. So this is where I will change the color of this font here. This is the color of the font. I'm going to make sure that right. I think it's the same color. Okay. Now I need to decide what color I want to go with. I'll probably go with a lighter color. So this one needs to be the color I want to go with. And I may go with the color that's already selected. Or I could go with this color, which is I pulled from his wings. It's a little bit lighter. Then I have a change color replacer tool. So now I'll click on that. And now all I have to do, once I have my colors in place, that's the color of the font as it is. This is the color I want it to be. I will double click on this color replacer and it has changed the words. And that looks pretty nice. I like that color I chose to go with him. Now I'm going to give it a drop shadow, which in my program is under Effects. And I already have the amounts selected. Drop shadow just helps it stand out a little better. You can see around the edges here now. Sometimes I like a drop shadow, sometimes I don't. But I like that. It makes it stand out a little better, especially when you're looking at it from a distance. Now I'm going to save this with the words in place as "You are beautiful," original words. So I have one saved without words and one saved with words. And of course, one thing I forgot to do is put my signature on, so I'll need to go do that. Anyway, that was just a quick example of how you can use the words that are with this texture pack. I've not done this before. I've not provided words before. And I just thought with Valentine's Day it'd be fun. There are several words in there to choose from. Let me make these a little larger so you can see what is in the package. We have Always and Forever, Be Mine, Be My Valentine, Happy Valentine's Day, Hello Valentine, Hugs and Kisses, I Love You, Kiss Me, Love is Being with You, Love, One and Only, Sweet, Valentine, You Are Amazing, You Are Beautiful, You Are Special, and You Make Me Happy. And like I said, you could pick just a word like sweet, and you could copy that word on there, and then you could go to your font picker and choose a plain font. I like there's one I like in here, this one here, and you could type plain font along with the script font that I have provided. Like this. Let me turn off the other one. Let me turn off the bird so you can see what I came up with. Now see, I've added a different font that I had on my computer to go with the script words to create a full saying out of one word. If you wanted to do that, you can do that. I like the way I have this design though, so I'm going to stick with this for right now. But I just wanted to show you a quick example of these Valentine textures. There are several in the package. Let's take a quick look at those, if I can find where I put them. There we go. So there are several here. And I designed them so you could put different color flowers with them, like pink, reds, and whites, and yellows. Different colors of roses is what they were kind of designed around. is what I was thinking when I did these. I'm not a big flower person. I have done one flower example. I know a lot of you guys love flowers, so I hope you'll enjoy this package. And it's just a little collection of 12 textures and 17 words and phrases in the script in the pinkish red color font, which you can change to whatever color you want as I demonstrated. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I hope you've enjoyed this quick little demonstration, and I hope you will enjoy this texture pack. Have a great day.